Hi, I'm John Fraser with the Polaris Travel Experts YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Live on Location. We're going to be taking you through Beaches Ocho Rios. Come join us. So a couple things I want to start off with here. The first of all is the location. So the location is west of Ocho Rios, about 20-25 minutes west of Ocho Rios. And it's about a 2-hour drive to the Montego Bay Airport. So just be aware that if you stay here, you're gonna have a little bit of a transport coming over if you fly into Montego Bay. The worst part is that Sandals likes to get you to the, Sandals properties, Sandals Beaches likes to get you to the airport really, really early. And I'm sure that's for good reason, but I'm not excited about my 6 a.m. pickup time for my 11:30 a.m. flight tomorrow. That's on me. But yeah, you're gonna be, factor that in if you don't like getting up really, really early, because it's a necessary evil here. It will take you up to 2 hours to get back to the Montego Bay Airport. Now, if you can fly into the new Ian Fleming International Airport here in Ocho Rios, that's only 10 minutes away from this property. So, and I don't think you need to get there nearly as early because it's a much smaller airport. It's not as busy as Montego Bay. So if you're able to fly in there, that's gonna really help you out if you're staying on this side. So that would be for either this property, same thing for Dunn's River, Sandals Ochi. Over to the left, you'll see Camp Sesame. And I just wanna mention this because we do have a segment of this where we're gonna go through a few of those. But this property is advanced autism certified, which means they can do not only kids, but they can do adults, they can do all levels of the spectrum. And I think that is amazing that Sandals does that. It's an incredible program, and or Beaches rather, I'm sorry. It's the same brand, just the family version. But yeah, I think it's incredible that Beaches does that, and wanted to give them a shout out for that. So just a heads up, if you are watching the 360 tour of Beaches Ocho Rios and you've already seen the live on location tour, it's basically the same video. Or vice versa. We're doing both. So on the 360 tour, you get to control the view that you have. You can spin the camera around if you're watching this in 360. If you're watching the live on location tour, we're gonna be setting the focus. The reason we do two is because when we upload to YouTube, the technology hasn't quite caught up with the 360. So when we upload it, the files are really big and they get downgraded. So with the live on location, you have a better quality video. So that's why we do two. So we're coming up here on the lobby. Lobby is kind of plain. Staff super friendly. Our check-in was really easy here. So we're gonna check in over on the left. There's no butler suites here at the Beaches Ochi. There is concierge level. They do have a House of Diamonds jewelry store here in the lobby. So if you look down, you'll be able to see this is the Venetian. It's not open. We're getting out here pretty early this morning. We want to try to film when there's not a lot of kids out and running around for privacy reasons. This is actually though where they'll have the Sesame Street character breakfasts. They will have breakfasts in there, and the Venetian is probably the best meal I've had here so far. I'll be honest, the food has been not great. We've eaten at a few different places and it's been pretty hit or miss. It's been really great at times, and it's been kind of meh at other times. We'll head on down here. The character breakfasts are Mondays and Fridays at 8:30. We talked about that at the Venetian. We'll walk in here. You do not need reservations here. You can walk up. Here it is. I had the lasagna, it was really good. I heard the steak was really good here. So those are two recommendations for you. One tip, depending on the time of year you visit, you may get a lot of what they like to call here liquid sunshine. We call it rain. We've had a lot this week, but it's been okay. Usually it didn't rain all day. We maybe have a couple hours of rain. My tip for you though is you can actually get from the lobby all the way down to French Village and almost all the way down to Neptune undercover. So if you want to go to the buffet is actually right underneath this little palazza area here. You can see that we're underneath of a walkway here, and so you can stay dry if you do have that liquid sunshine. You can get around still. So there are 3 villages here at Beaches. You have the Caribbean Village. It is the biggest, and as we kind of spin around, or you spin your camera around, you can see it's everything that you see right here. Over to the right, kind of almost like a horseshoe shaped. That is Caribbean Village. This can be set up for events here, this plaza. You can see there's the pool over here and the stage. We'll get down to that level. There's a lot of levels here, so be ready to walk. And if you have accessibility issues, it's gonna be a challenge to get around. I do not have accessibility issues, thank God, and I'm still challenged getting around because there are so many different tiers and terraces. It's easy to get kind of turned around. Make sure you don't forget stuff because it is a long walk back up to the Caribbean Village if you're down at the beach. And you've got to go up and grab something you forgot. So here's the buffet. We'll take you in here real quick. A lot of people in here, so we won't go around too much, but it is, the buffet's been pretty decent here. Not a lot of complaints about that. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So over here we have our loyalty and travel. This is where you can go and book your next stay. Be sure to visit them on your stay here. Good morning. Don't worry, you're not treating on your travel advisor. They will transfer anything you book there over to your travels advisor. Golf is included here. So if you do come down, you can go play some golf. Here's a pool bar over here. This is pretty crowded in the evenings. This is also right next to where the entertainment is. Get away from the folks getting the property ready here. So over to the left, you can see we have the entertainment stage. I've caught a couple shows every night at 6 o'clock here. They have a Sesame Street show for the kiddos. And then at 8 o'clock, they have entertainment that is geared more towards everyone. Last night there was a reggae band. They'll mix it up a little bit. So you've got your main pool here. This is probably the most crowded pool. This has the most kids in it on a day-to-day basis. There's only a couple pools here, but you do have a killer water park. We're gonna go over and see the water park here very soon. I'm gonna bring you over here because we'll have a good view of the beach. Pretty nice beach here. Water's pretty clear. Right below us we have Greek Village, and then over to the left you see the kind of turquoise building. That is the French Village. And we will work our way down there. One thing I will point out over here though, you see the little tower right there with the Beaches logo on it. That is the elevator. That, as far as I know, that's the only elevator to get you down to the beach level. So just keep that in mind. In the Caribbean Village, there are elevators to get you up to, from the lobby to get you up to your room. So you won't have to carry your luggage up there or anything like that. But back here to the main pool area. You can see the big Beaches logo and the tile there. You've got a pool bar right here. Morning. Landscaping around here is pretty nice. I will say this though, the property itself it's dated. It really needs a refresh. If you've stayed at Beaches Turks and Caicos or even Beaches Negril and you come here, you're probably gonna be a little bit disappointed with the property. It's not as new as the other ones. I'm sure they will get around to revamping it, but yeah, it's really needs a refresh here. And I imagine that's coming. I've heard some rumors, but they're just rumors, so I can't share them. This is the BBQ area here. So you can get pizza here. They also have the pizza place here. Through most of the week, every lunch, this is BBQ. You have a grill, you can get wraps, you can get hamburgers, cheeseburgers, you can get some jerk chicken here, all those kind of foods. And then in the evenings, on a couple days a week or multiple days a week, this becomes like a fish restaurant. I can't remember the name of it. We'll try to get it in there for you. The night that this was the fish restaurant, Neptunes was closed last night. We went to Neptunes, which is actually down to the left, right on the beach. This was closed on the night that it was open. So I don't know if they alternate or if there's some nights when they're both open, but I do know at least on some nights they are, one is open, one is not. Again, this is one of the areas where, in my own experience, service could be a little bit slower. I think they're a little understaffed. Some of the other agents who were here experienced the same thing, and the food was okay. So this is the water park. Really nice water park. I do have to hand it to them here. This is a really, really nice water park. One of the nicer ones I've seen at an all-inclusive. This here's Pirates Island. It is open from 9:30 to 5 every day. It has 11 water slides. They're not on right now because, like I said, we got out before it gets busy. You have billiards down here. There's all kinds of stuff to do, and I love this little area here. So this is the kid camp. They'll bring the kiddos out here. You see these cute little lounge chairs they have for the kids and a nice little shallow pool. We thought this was really, really cute when we came through here. When this is open, it will have a lifeguard on duty. So here's the bottom of 3 of the water slides. And then you have the smaller ones for the kids, the smaller kids. This area is almost like a little splash pad. This is open 7 days a week. The only time it's closed is, of course, in the evenings, or if it's closed for treatment or repair. They try to do their maintenance in the evenings so they don't have to close down the pool, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And here we are on the other side, the rest of the water slides. So you can see there's a lot of water slides here. This is a really nice size water park. So over to the right is the gift shop and store. You can pick up things that you may have forgotten or run out of, like shaving cream. And this is a good example of where you see how this is really a tiered property, and how it could be a challenge to kind of get around a little bit. So we're gonna head over here. We're starting to enter the Greek village. So, good morning. We'll make our way down here into Greek village. Now, one of the things you may like or you may not like, I think it comes down to personal taste here, is when you go by the rooms, and we'll just walk over here so you can see what I'm talking about. You don't really have a private patio. So all of your patios, you have a great view here. Good morning. You have a great view here of the ocean. But you can see that everything is open. People can walk through and almost have to walk through and by the outside of your room. So just a different design. Again, some people may like that, some people may not. It's going to be personal taste there, but something to be aware of. As you can see, when you look out here, they're setting up a stage here by the water. We're going to have some entertainment out here tonight. We'll continue on down. I'm going to keep the camera running too, just to kind of, again, give a good idea of the amount of steps here. The good news is you're going to get your exercise in. The bad news is it is difficult to get around. We have a person in our group who's an amputee, and it's been a challenge for her. Okay, so little shower off area here as we get out of the ocean. This is the only bar right now on this level. Okay, this is considered West Beach over here. Again, you can see French Village over to the left. It's the green turquoise type color building. We won't be going through that too much. So the beach here, it's nice. It is a little small, but not terrible. We were able to get a chair down here without any trouble. You can see the dock is under repair. It was supposed to be done 4 months ago. We're running a little behind. Now they're hoping it gets done before the end of the year. Another thing that they're redoing over here is a bar. The bar that is located over here it's an adults only bar when it's open, but it's not open right now while we're here. You can see here too, you got your Hobie cats, you've got your kayaks, all of your water sport activities. Everything is included that you see. Anytime you see a logo on a Beaches boat out there, that is included here. Even the little, we'll walk over a little closer here so you can see it. There's like a little, we call them the bananas, but you can take those out and ride those around. That's included. It's pretty fun. Take you over to East Beach. This is where you're going to do your classwork if you're doing your certification here, or if you're going to do a tri-scuba. This is where you're going to pick up your gear down here. They have a dive classroom. You can do your classroom work. Again, everything's kind of under construction right now, so as they say, pardon our mess. This is East Beach over here. Pretty small beach here. But anyone can come and use this beach. It is not a private beach. I'm sorry, it's private to beaches, but it's not like a butler or concierge. You don't have to be a certain level to use it over here. It's open to anyone staying here at the beach. And then of course, here's the dive shop. This is where you're going to be checking in. So kind of a fun fact for you. Way back in the 1950s, this is a little bit of the history of the property. Way back in the 1950s, this actually belonged to Playboy. Hugh Hefner actually owned this property and this hotel. So don't worry, none of the craziness goes on that I'm sure went on back in the 1950s, but still a fun little fact for you. So this is Neptunes over here. We ate at Neptunes last night, and honestly, it was a little disappointing. The food was not great here. Service was a little lackluster. I think that all comes down to the server that you get, though, as if anything. They've got it kind of closed up here right now, but we'll walk out here because it is a beautiful view. It's a great venue. There's not a lot of fish out here. That's pretty consistent with a lot of the coastline here. So if you're a person who doesn't like to see a lot of fish swimming around you, you're gonna love these beaches. If you're a person who was hoping to see some tropical fish, there might be a couple, but you're gonna have to look pretty hard for them. I hear the chickens are getting up next door. It is that time. But you can't beat this view. You really can't. Looking up at French Village here, you can kind of see it's missing some gutter tracks. It's really, really in need of repair here. The property is priced accordingly, but just be aware, especially if you've been to other beaches properties, that it's at this point in time, great price point. So if your beach is aficionado and you want an inexpensive getaway, this might be a good option. But if you're accustomed to some of the other ones, it's going to be a little bit below what you're used to seeing at beaches. So we're going to make our way back up here. There's a couple more things I want to show in this video. Whew. Maybe I should pause it or mute. Might hear some things that aren't good for all ages. Okay, again, here's the French Village. So this pool here, we call it the quiet pool. It's not an adults only pool, but because there's not a lot to do, there's more activity at the main pool. Kids don't prefer it down here, so not a bad place to hang out. You can usually find a chair down here, according to our guide. We came down the other day. There were a number of our groups sitting here, but I think because of our group, all those chairs were taken. So I went to the beach, which was actually my preference. So you have the creperie here. You can get crepes here. You can also get milkshakes here. Some other sweet things you can get here. And for the crepes, you can get sweet ones with like Nutella or cherry, coconut, different kinds of fruit. But you can also get them with meat. So if you're looking for something during the day, you might want to check that out. You can get something to eat here. Here's the fitness center. Just up from the fitness center, you have La Parissienne. This is the French cuisine restaurant. I'm not sure if you need reservations for that restaurant. So we make our way up here. Couple more things to see. Behind us is the Red Lane Spa. You can book a massage, you can book nail treatments, that kind of thing over there. This is locked, but this is the piano bar. So, piano bar is one of the popular places to go. Try to get you up here so you can see inside of it. It is open for kids. Kids can come in here. If you play the piano and they don't have an entertainer there, they do welcome you to come up and play. So that can be kind of fun if you have that talent. Last night there was a reggae band in there. I'm not sure how they squeezed it in, but they did. And it's pretty popular. And then that will bring us back near the main pool level. Here's the treatment areas of the spa. You can get your nails done, hair did. Okay. Again, we are one level below the main pool here. This is the designated smoking area. This is the only smoking area on site. They did give you a wonderful view. If you enjoy lighting up every once in a while, this is where you can do that. So just down from the lobby is Liquid. This is the nightclub. And see if it's open where we can get into it. You're not gonna be able to see it very well. It's kind of small, a little basic. One of our group was in here the other night. Wasn't really a DJ. There was a person who had a phone hooked up in here, and they were playing music. So I guess you can get any kind of music you'd like, which is kind of a bonus. Why not? But there was no one serving drinks in here, so I think you might want to bring your drinks in if you come to the nightclub.
9 p.m. they take a 1 hour break to go and refresh, to have a shower, and to come back for the later session. So here at Beaches we offer a nanny service. The nanny service is for around $25. I need to double check that because we also have the Beaches Body service. So with the Beaches Body, that is for someone who is on the spectrum. So they will have a body with them for a couple hours per day. This is one of our advanced certified counselors that would be a Beaches Body, and they only have one person. The difference now with the nanny is that the nanny, you have one nanny for up to 3 children, and you get that service at the front desk, or you can have them call the kids camp, or you can even call sales to try and get yourself a nanny or a Beaches Body. Right? Answer one? Yeah. My last one, familiar. So up here we have Survivor Camp. It's a quite ironic name because I'm afraid of this camp. So we have our 8-year-olds to 10-year-olds here, and like the other camp, Camp Sesame right there. This one opens at 9 a.m. and it closes at 10 p.m.
You said 8 to 10-year-olds?
This is 8 to 10-year-olds. Yes. Survivor Camp. It's called that for a reason. I don't have the energy for this one. Parrots and Mermaid. 5-year-old to 7-year-old. I avoid me. I avoid these camps. They have so much energy,
Thanks for checking out this episode of Live on Location Tours. If we've inspired you to travel and you're not already working with a travel professional, consider giving our team of experts an opportunity to help you plan your next great adventure. We don't charge for our planning services, and all our suppliers match their online pricing. If you're enjoying our videos, be sure to give us a like below, but better yet, subscribe so you can stay up with all the latest and greatest content. Until we see you again, travel and be well.